Hello Stampers, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper, here in the state of Kentucky. And today I'm going to show you a thank you card. This is a lace front card made with the Dahlia Days bundle. And that is this bundle. This is in the January to June 2022 mini catalog. So this is, I believe this is probably not going to carry over, but it's possible that it might. If it's something you like, you should probably get that. This is actually a very easy card. This comes with all the stamps you see here, plus it has dies. And this is the die that we'll be using for the front of the card. And then here are other dies that will cut out your stamped images. Plus there are 3 more dies that we'll be using, and I will be showing you those as we go. So this is the stamp set and the dies. So this is the bundle. It's called Dahlia Days. So we're not going to have a lot of supplies for this project. You're going to need a card base. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, and we've scored it on the long side at 4 1/4. So that's our card base. This is polished pink cardstock. This is not a cardstock that I thought I liked, and then I pulled it out and I thought, oh, this is beautiful. I don't know why I haven't been using this. So we're gonna use it today. You're gonna need a 4" by 5 1/4" piece of white cardstock. And then you're going to need a piece about the same size to cut out that die that I showed you, the lace die, and I've already done that. So what we'll be doing, and we also need a piece of ribbon. This is probably about 5 inches long. This is also polished pink, so it will coordinate nicely with our project here. But the first thing we're going to do is take this piece of cardstock, and we're going to use one of the rectangle dies. So I have done that here. I've put the rectangle die on, and I've run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now when you run this through, don't run it through straight. Give it a little bit of an angle so that it will hit one of the corners first. And that way you won't get that ka-clunk, and it won't be so hard to run through if you just tilt it a tiny bit and let one of the corners go through first. So this is the card, the frame for the front of the card. So we'll just peel that off. So that's already cut out for us. Then we also have this piece that we cut out from the center, and this is what we did all the rest of our stamping on. So we are going to stamp on this piece. We're going to use this frame. We're going to use Thank You for Your Kindness, and then we'll use a couple of these little flowers. So I'm going to start with Soft Succulent. And I'm going to stamp the floral frame. And I'll be cutting these out with dies, so I don't need to worry too much about where I'm putting them. I don't have to line them up or anything. Then we're going to have for our greeting, we're using this Thank You for Your Kindness, and we're going to put that inside the frame. So we'll just ink that up. And stamp it right there. Now we have that. And then we're going to use the polished pink ink pad. And we're going to stamp flowers. So I've got this little 5-petaled flower that I'm going to stamp anywhere. Like I said, these are going to be cut out, so it doesn't really matter where you put them. And then this little set of 3 flowers can go anywhere on there. And those are the pieces that we will need for our card. So what I did was took this frame. This is from the very same set, the Dahlia Days, and this little flower, which I lined up. You might have to go spin him around a little bit to get him lined up. And then this little guy. And I ran that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and cut those all out. And I've done that, so you don't have to watch that part. So I have those pieces. So the first thing we're going to do is take our piece that we cut the frame, And we're going to flip it over to the back side, and we're going to put some tear-in tape along close to the inside edge of the frame. Now I've got 3 pieces on, but I'm going to put this last piece on just so you can see just how easy this is. This, just put it on and just tear it. And then don't overlap these, because if you do, you're basically taping the protective coating down. So we will be taking our take your pick tool with that little pointy end, and we're going to just start picking up that part, that protective covering, and we'll just peel those pieces off. I usually grab it somewhere away from the edge, and we just peel that. Again, just run that up underneath that covering and peel it off. And try not to get stuck to it. And that's the big key there. Don't get stuck to it. All right, so this is really sticky. So we'll be leaving this down with the sticky side up. And now we're going to take our piece of lace that I've already cut out, and I'm going to flip him over so he's also upside down. And I will just place him on this and then tack down along the edges. Now he may stick over in some places. You can see he's a little close to the edge here, and here he's hanging over a little bit. So I'm just going to take my paper snips, and I'll just go in, and because my adhesive is close to the inside of the frame, that piece is not really stuck down so much. So I can just kind of raise that up and snip that off and see if there's any other places. I might just snip this off. He's really close to the edge. So I'll come in and get him. And now that is our framed lace. I love this, and so easy. We will next take our piece of ribbon and decide where you would like that to be. Somewhere, I'm going to do it somewhere now near the bottom. And I'm just going to pinch it on the back, and we should have enough adhesive that it will stick. And if not, you can add a little bit more adhesive, but that tear-in tape is pretty sticky, so it should stick right on there. And now this piece is ready to go on our card front. And because this is still really sticky, I'm not even going to add any more adhesive to that. If you want to, you can. It won't hurt a thing to add more adhesive, but we'll just stick that right down, and we'll rub it really good so that that adhesive gets a chance to stick down. And there's our card front. So I told you I had gone ahead and cut these pieces out in advance. We have the 3 little flowers, if I can get hold of them. And we have this label that we've cut. So I'm going to take these 3 small flowers, and there's one that's just a little bit bigger than the other. I'm going to take him and put a little bit of our multi-purpose glue on the back, just a tad, and then pick him up, and he's going to go over here on this side. And then these 2 little guys are going to go where the flowers are on that label. So I'm just going to cover those flowers up because I want the flowers to stand out and be pink. And I could color this, could have colored this stamp with markers to get different colors, but I thought this was easier and I thought it was cute. And on the back of this larger flower, I'll just place a dimensional and just pop him up over the other flower. And now I'll put dimensionals on the back of this. Just need a few for this. And maybe one more. Maybe right there. And then this is ready to go on our card. We will just line it up here over our ribbon and press that down. And that also will help to hold our lace front down. You notice that the lace did not have any adhesive behind it, and that's okay. You don't really need that. The last thing I did was add some jewels. And these are the 2021, 2023 in color jewels. So they are made to coordinate with this paper, with this cardstock. So I have some of the polished pink jewels right there, and I'll just put a couple of those on. I'm gonna put a big one up here in this flower center, and then I'll take a couple of the smaller ones, maybe put one over here in this flower center, and then I'll put a little one in the center of the flower that we stamped and cut out. And that is it. This is the card. So that's really very simple, and look how beautiful that is. I just love it, and I'm just in love now with this polished pink color, which I didn't think I liked. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the project. I have other projects on my site. You can look me up. You can find me at www.bluegrassstamper.com, or you can email me if you need to reach me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. And thanks for stopping by. Bye.